hard to keep it. Okay, we're recording sound and picture. Driving out of the garage, down beside the main train. Warehouse coming up on the left. Approaching the hangar, cold storage. Towards the top of the hill. Across the valley are about 4 miles away. Here and 3.8 miles. Fewer lakes and river down there. Shack. Fuels and lubricants stored in there. Oils and lubricants, I should say. The focus is not working. Approximately halfway to the bottom now. There's an Inukshuk Eskimo marker for track of his routes to and from wherever. Another one on this rock over here.
ice area on top of the water lake is quite small and it's pretty deep.
Yeah, this lake where we get our water is just 100 yards or so across, 75 feet deep. according to the site records. Coming up on the left here, we have our mileage markers to various parts of the country. And maybe stop and get that one on the way back up the hill. Okay, here we are. There's where we get our water, right down there. Coming up to the last drop off into the bottom of the valley to the airstrip. This is a bad corner for snowstorms in the wintertime. We get lots of snow buildup along here. It's not uncommon to have 5 or 6 foot windrows on either side of the road here. You guys have it all flattened out real good right now. Bottom where we make store equipment. This is where we meet the airplanes down here. And out across the valley there we have the floodplain. Further over to the right is the lake itself. Fuel storage tanks. This is where the fuel is first pumped into out of the aircraft that haul it in. Under that box there we have an engine for lifting the fuel oil up the hill. Right here we have the standpipes that the aircraft pumps the fuel into for pumping up into those tanks. See by the windsock there's no wind down here today, which is somewhat uncommon. There's the lake there off to the right. Now we're coming out to the runway itself. We're driving across the apron at the moment where they park the aircraft. Stop here for rest. How are you doing near the apron? That furthest ridge you see out there is about 3 miles away. That's one of our reference markers when we're judging visibility for aircraft weathers when they're coming in. Coming up to the end of the runway now, you can see that box on the right there is a flashing strobe to help the aircraft find the runway in poor visibility. We're just coming up to the end here now at that board sign. That's overrun there. There's a couple of 100 feet of overshoot area which an airplane in trouble could skid onto and still not do too much damage. Now we're looking out over the lake and across the valley. It's about a mile and a half across there. Now we're looking down the run where there's the windsock. Now we're looking down the runway, 4,200 feet. So we got approximately 3/4 of a mile here, which we can take anything up to a Hercules and then carry up to 40,000 pound payload in and out of this runway. It's gravel surface, 125 feet wide. Right now there's a lot of packed snow on the surface, so it's probably prime condition runway at the moment. Not too much gravel gets picked up, and enough packed snow that it makes a real smooth surface. We're heading off on what they call runway 023 at the moment. We're taking off towards the northeast. You can see here we got a ridge of hills up to the side. The aircraft, of course, have to clear these. That's the problem when we have poor weather, being able to see these hills and ridges right around the runway. See the rotating beacon there, operating. And we have another windsock at this end of the runway, so we can, in the valley like this, the wind can often be 30 or 40 degrees runway on the other end. It causes quite a bit of concern amongst the pilots at times. A couple of miles up the valley, there's another lake over that bridge. Now this sign here, we can see the break in the top of it. That's where a polar bear chewed the wood there last year when he came around there. And there's the end of runway marked. And again, we got a couple of 100 feet of overshoot area, or overrun as they call it. Here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's the part that couldn't handle all that water when this was all flooded. Those pictures I showed you. Okay, here's our fuel tanks again. And we'll get out here and have a look in the building and take a walk up to the Stevenson screen where we do our weather and have a look around. Here we store a motor grader, a cat, and a Hydromaster, I guess, is in there right now. Remember summertime here, we have a clear almost stuff to do with the lake. Right now you're looking at about 8 to 10 feet of flat snow pushed up over the lake. Lots of drifting techniques. As you see over the top is the top end of our rock crusher. Here's the crushed rock, and the gravel surface, and the roads and the rock. Sign. I have 15 minutes on up there. Yeah.
Just a minute.
Hydromaster. It's primarily used for moving snow, move as much snow as Caterpillar or the Fiat Alice dozer. It's basically used for emergency vehicle as well, carrying people up and down the hill in a case of emergency situation. It's all hydrostatic drive, and it's all run on diesel engine. One of the best pieces of equipment we have up here. Over here, Fiat Alice dozer, T14. Quite a short track vehicle, probably better used in the summertime for moving rock or anything with snow. Not a bad unit. Champion 710 road grader. Same as you see down south. No real special equipment for it up here. It's just used for cleaning the runway.
Might also add, this was flowing in. No way in here other than my air.
Generator ground unit. It's used for when an aircraft lands to keep power in the unit or in the airplane while it's on the ground, so the engines don't have to be running. Just on the other side of that is Fiesta heater. It generates diesel fuel to burn to generate heat. Large air ducts can flow inside the airplane or whatever we're working on outside. It's quite an efficient little unit. program.